What's up, guys? Welcome back to some FSC, looking at the TBM 900, which I have not flown in ages. I don't remember the last time that I've flown this thing, but there was an update recently that supposedly changed some of the handling characteristics. I'm not even sure if I'll be able to remember precisely what it was like before, but we're going to give it a spin. And also the first time I'm using it in FSE. Pretty cheap to rent, and I think it carries 6 passengers, which is what we got loaded up today. We're currently in Salt Lake City, and we are flying. What up, Melon? How you doing? Yeah, that's what I've heard. I heard positive things about it. What are you doing? You busy right now? Where are we going? Canabmun, Utah. I'll get in the voice chat if anyone wants to join. Now, apparently the tow is new, I think? I don't remember that from before. And the GPU says $50 an hour. We'll get that connected, by the way. Gotcha. So far, so good. Actually, I'm waiting for these things to fire up. Let's go ahead and get all the wicks and static covers off. Pitot, ties and caps. Chocks are gone. And I'll load everybody up. Here we go, 6 passengers, 4 assignments.
Aural warning, okay.
TAWS system test, okay.
Clarence, good morning. It's Air Canada 105. PDC 121 Foxtrot.
105, Clarence, all correct. Apron box, apron for push.
Apron for the push, thanks. Air Canada 105. Clarence, hello, Air Canada 444, gate 131, PDC 121 Romeo.
Clarence, 444, it's all correct. AS Golf, apron for push.
Thank you.
Kilo Sierra Lima Charlie Airport Information Delta 0854 Zulu Weather Wind 349er at 5 Visibility 10 Sky Condition Few Clouds at 2000 Temperature 10 Dew Point -2 Altimeter 3002 Advise on initial contact. You have information Delta.
Information Delta, altimeter is 3002.
Kilo
Thank you, all correct. AS Golf and apron for the push.
So it's good. We're on the GA ramp on the south end of the airport, so we're close to runway 32, which will be our departing runway. That's good. Nice. Now let's see if I can remember how to do this. Fortunately, the good thing is that there's a checklist in this airplane, which makes things a little bit easier for me.
clearance, it's Charlie Foxtrot, Indigo Golf India.
Indigo Golf India, how do you know? Muskoka, Toronto 3 departure, flight plan route, depart 05, and squawk 4306.
Okay, we check that. Off runway 05, Toronto 3, flight plan route.
Morning, Finn. How you doing?
4306 for Indigo Golf India.
Indigo Golf India, all correct. Is Golf where you park?
Got Golf, we're at Sky Service.
W2207.
Hello?
All set.
Thank you.
Hello?
What up?
Not much. How you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good. Hey, Finn.
I don't remember the last time I flown this thing. See, interesting to see how this goes.
Been a minute, eh?
Yeah, I think the last time that I flew is probably the first stream that I think you showed up at, which was, what, months ago?
Yeah, how many months? Long time.
Yeah.
Lorca transition, flight plan route, depart 6 left, squawk 6305.
And just say again the departure.
What you up to?
Roberto 6 departure.
Nothing.
Okay,
Woke up like an hour ago.
You get work today?
Computer. Yeah, I got another KFC installed
Thank
this
you all
morning.
correctly, this Golf, apron for push.
Pick up Golf, thanks.
So I got to do my paperwork from yesterday's install, and then I got to scan in a bunch of expenses because of the company switchover. I have to get all that submitted before I leave my current company.
Ooh, I need to change my departure. What's your ETA in that?
What?
I mean, like, what time do you have all this stuff done?
Oh, they want it done by end of business today.
Oh, plenty of time.
Yeah. But I want to get it in early because if there's a problem, if one of the expenses isn't right, the way that I'll know that it's right is via my email, which is going to get shut down on Monday. So I want to get it in today, so if they have a problem with it, they have time to review it and ask for corrections before I no longer have access to my company email.
On clear, standby. Last call for clearance, who's that?
Thank you, good morning.
Good to go here, dudes.
693.
Wish me luck.
With Golf
How about a transponder code today?
Mexico City, ready to copy.
Let's go with 7662.
Mexico City, Mixes 5 departure, Gentry transition, flight plan route. Departure runway 06
No idea what that means, but it sounds like a number.
0570.
Some now works.
I was going to go with 4/8s, but you seem to have a problem with using 8. I don't understand the issue.
I think we all have a problem with using 8, don't we?
693, squawk
I think it's just you.
0570.
Alright, ground tower 118.3.
So that 350 custom paint job you painted made the cockpit look so much better.
Yeah, I like it a lot better. The only thing that kind of sucks is that if they put like a little registration plate on it for me, and it gets rid of that, but I like it better with the gray interior and the black paneling.
Wait, you could put that registration plate there.
Yeah, I need to edit it though manually.
Yeah, all you got to do is just pull that little part out of the image file. It's probably just a PNG file.
I don't know what it is. I don't have anything on my computer to open it here. I'd have to transfer it to my work computer where I have that whatever that program that you told me to get.
Oh, GIMP?
Yep.
Yeah, it's probably just a PNG file. If it's not, it's a DDS file, and there's an online converter to turn it into a PNG file that you can use, and then you can open it up.
Yell clear prop.
Clear prop. Someone's got to do it. It's a dirty job, but I'm happy to do it. You're welcome. I don't even have your stream on. Let's bring it up.
691 Alpha Kilo Lane 6 and hold at 6 Bravo.
I didn't need to have my computer up when you started streaming. I was watching it on the tablet.
You should just hold at 6 Alpha for a minute. See enough. There's enough room here.
Oh yeah, G1000 checklists. I'm surprised that someone hasn't bastardized a tube liner and thrown in a G1000 in one.
Bastardized a 2 blinder with a G1000. You wouldn't really need one, would you?
No, you don't really need one. But the G1000 does have a pretty nice interface.
7309, ready to connect.
Georgia 7309, lane 10.
It is fairly
Delta Romeo, contact ground.
user-friendly.
121.9. Have a good one.
Fortunately for me, it's got the whole checklist thing on here, so it's kind of hard to screw this up, isn't it? After not having flown this for a while.
Oh, you could probably still screw it up.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Yep. That throttle quadrant just drives me up the wall. It's such a pain in the butt for simming.
What? Oh, this?
The throttle.
On the TBM?
Yeah, there's a stream delay. Yeah, that whole how you gotta move it over like
It's
a
not that
manual
bad. Once you get it
transmission.
into the flight range, the alpha and the beta range, it's fine. It's just getting it into the
Yeah.
the low idle,
Nah.
ground idle side.
Yep. Like, and there are ways that they could fix that and make it easier. You know, they could bind up a couple of toggles that you could switch it over between the two. You know, that you could just throw that on there so you don't have to manually reach over there, so you can do it all on your throttle quadrant.
Yeah.
You know, that's been my only gripe
Oh
about
shit!
it.
I actually put it back in low idle.
But I haven't flown it since I got my new computer. And I downloaded the new update though. I got the updater, and I deleted my old one.
Should now that you got a computer that'll actually run it okay.
Yeah, my old computer, it was bad.
Yeah, I think I saw you try to run it one time and the frames were just chunking on you.
Yep. I think it was before you got the TBM. You had asked me to fly it.
No, someone else did. I had the TBM because I met you from the TBM.
Envoy 3430,
Okay.
foot of Alpha Tango, ground point 65. Alright,
Well, then someone asked me to fly it. I think that was the reason I flew it. It's a quiet morning.
Georgia 7323, lane
Not
10,
for long.
Hotel Delta Romeo.
Lane 10, Hotel Delta Romeo, Georgia 7323.
By the way, I don't know if you can change your X-Plane ATIS volume. It's stupidly loud.
Yeah, I don't know how to adjust that. Maybe there's a setting in the active sky thing.
Lane 10 to 260.
It's like what is that? Better pushback levels, isn't it?
Yeah, like it was playing on my tablet when you had done it, and all of a sudden it went to, you know, you have all your volumes set for your speaking volume and for how X-Plane sets up, and that's all even and sounds nice, but then that ATIS comes on and it's blaring.
Yeah.
Like if I had had headphones on, RIP ears.
Fortunately, no one was in there watching. BW Flight Simulation, thanks for the follow, man.
Bam.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
What's new about that?
New about what? That I don't know what I'm doing?
Yeah, what's new about that?
I guess that's fair.
I could have sworn that I was hosting you earlier, but I guess I didn't. Thought I hit the host button on my tablet.
Actually, I like doing the flight level change on this thing. Get it up to like 12,000 or something and then level out and get some speed and then do a flight level change because it just goes like 4,000 feet a minute.
It's in there, 607 Alpha.
12,000.
607 off, kilo lane 6 to the gate.
Alright. Probably as good as it can get. So apparently the ground handling was also changed? Yeah? Is that right?
The what? Sorry?
Ground handling was adjusted or just the flight model?
I think the ground handling was adjusted. And the developer had said that he may have made it a little bit too easy, so he may actually adjust it again.
All right, let's have a go.
So,
Too easy in what way? The flight?
no, the ground handling. Like
Oh.
it just,
Blue 94, hold the beam.
you know, it's kind of a balance between.
Hold beam 172. Blue
I don't really know or recall the exact issues before. But someone like Grau or something like that could definitely tell you what the issue was. Because I was there and the developer was in his chat and they were all going back and forth about it.
Look at this livery. How cool is that? Little VF-84. Tomcats, baby.
Which, by the way, you will encounter that guy. He's like everywhere. I think he goes by Toto Rico.
Oh yeah, the guy that made the airplane.
Yeah, he's everywhere. Like I catch him in so many flight streams, which is good. You know, he's both a developer and he just likes to watch streams.
Well,
But
he's
if you're
out there
flying,
lurking.
but if you're flying a TBM, chances are he's hanging out.
I don't know. I have to stream at weird times, I guess. He's in the States, I'm assuming, isn't he?
Yeah, probably.
What time is it there now where you're at?
5 a.m.
Yeah, it's like 7 p.m. here. Downey's going to be up watching streams at that time.
66 lane 5, hold short of Alpha Kilo 2165. Okay, lane 5 short Alpha Kilo 2165, something like 626.
PC-12 back there. I mean, I guess it feels a little bit more responsive.
Push to 7 Echo, tail west, call for taxi.
There still feels like there's some weight in it. Let's see what happens when we get in the air. The real concern, I guess, is like your takeoff roll, because it was pretty twitchy.
I think that's what was fixed.
3 a.m. in
Big time.
California. Are you waking up early, or are you going to bed late?
169, ready for push and end and start. CAS 791, push lane
Wait, what?
8, tail west, call for taxi.
BW flight, he says 0300 in California.
This is weird. How come I don't have him in the chat here?
Keeper and tractor 287 with you, short 142.
That's weird. I'm gonna
Delta
refresh this.
287, lane 5 to Charlie 40.
For some reason your chat's not working.
40, tractor 287.
Good old California.
Got our flaps set. Takeoff trims are good. Flight controls tested. Don't care about the table.
Canada
Strobes
702,
can
start
come
up lane
They're
8,
already on.
and then back over to lane 7,
There
hold
we
the
go.
beam 138.
Now I see a message from
7,
Finn,
hold
so
the
I
beam
think the
138,
chat's working
Canada
now.
1702.
That's weird. Usually when the chat ain't working, it tells you.
Rouge 1693, push back and start on Hotel 1. Rouge 1693, push tail north, call for taxi. Tail north, call for taxi, Rouge 1693. Any chance for
Alright,
06
getting
today?
on tower. And departure 121.1. There we go.
Deutsche 104, Tower Airborne, contact departure on 13365, wind 2905.
Finn said he can't see you in the chat list either, Melon.
Sure, takeoff, watch that 104 as well. So what?
Weird, because I'm here.
I'm here! Come and get me now!
Do it!
That livery's cool. And double check that I got my passengers. Third time, I think.
22,
Yes.
the visual for 30.
Do not want to leave these guys behind.
Correction, 3222,
Come on,
target
do it.
2906.
Do it now!
Airport number 2 to Dornier at the path. Okay, number
Come on!
294.
Get to the chopper!
Go! Oh, Predator. That movie has such great one-liners. throws the knife through the guy and it sticks into a wall. Stick around.
Was that
Kicks down the
Predator?
door. Yeah, that was Predator. He kicks down the door and he's like, knock, knock. Do you know one of the reasons that they had why Arnold Schwarzenegger was only doing one-liners so early on in his career?
Why's that?
Because directors didn't think that his accent would come across well in movie theaters.
Oh yeah, I have heard that before.
Yeah, it's not that he couldn't speak enough English. He could speak plenty of English, but they didn't think that he would be understood.
So takeoff roll is easy. Right on the center line, no big deal there.
Glacier 651,
Tap at the brakes.
Airbus on the roll, clear to land runway 30. Clear to land 30, Glacier 651.
Yeah, seems like you controlled it just fine.
It'll be a first time for everything in there.
Now make sure you're going down the center line as you're flying out over the runway.
Can't see that. The nose is too long.
Uh-huh.
222 will start coming back. Concord 3. Thank you. Tower West at 135 is ready on.
Hey Bod, no VATSIM, we are just using a little sound plug-in that plays ATC messages, depending on which frequency you got tuned.
Took you long enough to read that. Jesus.
Well, I was busy taking off.
What were you doing there? You act like you were trying to fly a plane.
Just speed 190 knots.
You what?
You what? Where are you flying anyway?
Oh, Salt Lake City.
2 Mike Victor, hold speed 180 knots.
Flying to Salt Lake City?
No, I'm just leaving Salt Lake City right now.
Flying to?
I have no idea. Hang on, let me get it sorted here. It's just some airport for FSE, one of those random. Kilo November Bravo. It's Kanab Municipal Airport. Just breaking all sorts of rules here too. Look at this, just flying circles around the runway.
Got
No
a
big deal.
260, speed now 170 knots.
It's alright.
Speed 17 here, can 260.
Mike 6201, fly heading of 120 to sublocalize the 15 left. 120 heading, sublocalize 15 left.
It feels weird not having to adjust your prop RPM or fuel mixture or something. I feel like I've been flying so many turboprops recently. This one kind of does everything for you, doesn't it?
Yeah. Makes it easy.
Easy mode.
You just gotta watch it on startup so you don't hot start it, but other than that. Which is funny that the developer goes by hot start.
Alright, let's get this turned on. Enjoy these views. See ya!
See ya!
I don't really fly in this area very much, but Utah, looking good. These mountains.
Had my headset not gone and died on me during Deutsch's stream, I was totally gonna pull a growl on his stream and fall asleep.
What happened?
Deutsch was streaming the 737-700.
Oh yeah, I watched a little bit of that. I guess I just missed you this morning.
Yeah, and he was doing like a 3-hour flight. Yeah, I think I dropped out like right around 5-6 p.m., which is about when you usually wake up. My time, at least. I know, Finbar, I'm right there with you.
The famous growl sleep. Yeah. He needs a new emote for that. Just some Z's or something.
He really does. And he needs to change his butter emote.
It is a little hard to tell what that is.
Tell what it is. Yeah, yeah. I was kind of giving Deutsch a little crap because his UMA logo, you can't really tell what it is. Unless you know what it is, you're not going to recognize it.
Yeah, I think there's no one around here that doesn't like Grau. He's a good guy. Super helpful.
Yep.
Juliet Delta,
Yep.
back descend 6,000.
We just love to bust his chops about falling asleep.
Yeah. Well, Melon in particular. I can't give anyone a hard time because of all the shit I do on my streams. Mostly
Well,
just
to be fair.
forgetting landing gear, though.
And to be fair, Grau actually makes fun of himself for falling asleep, so
Yeah.
he has a good sense of humor about it.
All right, so we're gonna get up to 12,000 feet, and we're gonna do a flight level change. So I'm gonna let it get up to maybe 200 knots or so, and then I'll hit flight level change and select. I think what was it, climb speed 124 knots, and then it just shoots up like a rocket ship. I'm not a huge fan of glass cockpits, but man, this plane looks pretty awesome. I like this plane.
And I think it's just a good-looking plane.
Yeah.
It's definitely got the I'm fast and I know it look to it.
Oh hell yeah. So what is it, the G1000 or the Epic E1000? That's supposed to be a faster plane than this, right? But I just think it looks hideous.
It is a little bit funky looking, but apparently it's a really good plane.
Yeah. Dingo loves it.
Good morning, Air Canada.
Dingo loves a lot of things.
Go on.
He's probably lingering in chat somewhere.
Oh, Dingo.
He could tell us what he loves. Lots of food. Makes us all hungry all the time.
Alright. Coming up on 200 knots. Here we go.
That is going to be really funny if he actually wasn't lingering in chat. See? Look at that.
Somebody say my name?
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Heading vectors for 15 left.
Vertical speed went up to 5,400 feet. Look at that, that's awesome.
It's kind of, if you meant, it's kind of like both Finn and Dingo. You know they're lingering. They may not be talking, but you know they're lingering. Just hanging out. They're like the flight simming gods. They see all. You and me both, Dingo. You and me both.
Juliet Delta Medevac, descend now to
Morning to you, Dingo. Or evening.
Actually, I've been up for probably about a good hour or more. Maybe 2 hours. Watched a lot of YouTube videos.
Just been watching on.
A bunch of YouTube content creators are doing one marvelous scene where each of them is breaking down their, one particular Marvel scene that they really love from the last 10 years. And I'm thinking about doing a video on one of them because there's one sequence that I think is underappreciated.
From what movie?
Infinity War.
There's
quite a few. There's quite a few on Infinity War, but there's nothing on this particular scene.
Oh, thanks, Sir Finn.
In the good streams only. Then why do you linger in mine?
You got quality content for sure.
Quality content. It ain't for flight skills.
You're getting better. I can't make fun of you for landings really anymore.
Speed of 200 knots.
30,000 feet, 200 knots.
I guess what makes me different is I'm just willing to goof off. I don't care too much about doing it all prim and proper.
Way better than just watching somebody doing like a long haul flight for 6 hours.
In a 737?
Yeah.
Yeah, like every other flight simmer that's on right now.
I didn't even look when I got on here. A lot of people flying 737 now.
I haven't even looked. I haven't even looked, but I'd be willing to bet they're all flying tube-liners. And it doesn't matter whether or not there was a 700 release, that's what they all do anyway.
I told Deutsch, like, I'll get it eventually, I'm sure, just because it's free and why not, but I'm not particularly motivated to run out and grab the 700.
I want to have a livery called the Flying Little Smoky. Just have a big old pin-up little Smoky character. sitting on it? Because that's what it looks like to me.
Look at those clouds. That's awesome.
You're from the south, you know what a little smoky is.
A little smoky?
Yeah.
I have no idea what that is.
You have no... what's wrong with you?
Where do I begin?
Yeah. A little smoky. It's like a little short little hot dog. A little...
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say. Like
Usually they're served with... Yeah, they're served in like a barbecue sauce or something like that.
Delta 219 Heavy, gonna get a change to your route. Let me know when you're ready to copy. Delta 219 now clear. Press resist direct to Papa.
Bring us stuff. We want stuff, Diego. Bring us something. Back from the shop. I'll take a beer.
Okay, press resist direct Papa Quebec India and direct Echo November.
I'm feral, and my friend Melon is in here joining me, keeping me company while I'm doing a FSE mission.
And
Arnie and Feral.
Come and get me now!
00 Romeo Lima, go ahead.
Do it!
Now maintain level 330.
Who's your daddy and what does he do?
300 Romeo Lima.
You know, actually, that is the movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger made the most money off of.
Kindergarten Cop?
Yeah.
I guess that's not too surprising. Well, considering that he's known for action movies, I guess that is the surprise, isn't it?
Well, it's because they managed to negotiate keeping most of the money for the movie because no one wanted to make the movie. So it was kind of, you know, self-produced, self-funded kind of deal in a lot of ways. And so they were able to keep so many of the rights to the movie that they just took home a much bigger cut. There's like an interview with Arnold where he talks about that. He's a really, really smart guy.
I don't really know much about him, to be honest, other than what I know from movies.
The hand.
Say it.
Talk to the hand.
You can do a whole stream just with Arnold Schwarzenegger accent.
That would be really funny. That or I could just do like an angry Eastern European voice the entire stream.
Isn't that essentially what Arnold Schwarzenegger's accent is?
No, he's not Eastern European.
Yeah, but they all kind of sound the same, don't they?
No. What are you on about? Have you ever heard an Eastern European?
You what, bro? Like that?
God, you Americans and you uncultured swines.
I can't argue.
Yep. And I'm an American.
We are Americans. Philistines, a whole lot of us.
Full Arnie voice. I've always wanted to do voice acting.
Well, now's your chance.
I have to... My problem is I have a hard time remembering the nuances in a voice if I haven't heard them recently.
I'm also terrible at accents. Oh, we got some new stuff down here. What is this?
What do you mean?
I put the headset on, but normally there's just the headset. They looked like... Hold on, let me take it off again.
They may have updated the model for it, but that headset's always been there.
The headset was always there. Now they're Bose. They weren't before. It's got like the Bose. I wonder if they got a sponsorship or something. That's kind of cool. Those things. I was looking at buying a headset for when I go back, and I looked at these, and they're like $1,000.
Just zoom in on that headset. Look at that. Look at the texture quality on that.
Yeah, well, pretty much everything on here is pretty awesome, isn't it?
I know. That's like
stitching on the seats.
Mm-hmm.
There's tons of detail in here. I think the reason that I stopped flying it for a long time was because I was having this issue whenever, I don't know if it was at the airport or for some combination of factors, but whenever I went into the flight plan and tried to delete it, I'd get a hard crash to desktop for a while. And then there was another update before this most recent one, and I just haven't flown it since then. Alright, let's put a procedure in here. Let me look at what the weather's doing, where I'm going. Where am I even going? What did I say the airport was?
Wait, is he here? I told you, you pop up. You're flying his plane, man.
It's our plane.
It's our plane.
Kilo Kilo November Bravo. Winds 0. Visibility 10. No clouds reported. Temperature 5. Dew point 2. Altimeter 3010.
I love that in planes, that little attention to detail. Like in a lot of planes that have headphones in them, you know, you don't really expect that the headphones is going to be a high quality model. But on this plane,
I can't remember the name. There's like a, you know, those kind of turquoise green headphones that pretty much everybody has. It was one of those sets before. I can't remember what they're called. Also, is the pen new? Is the pen in here?
you still have that stupid follower only chat, Pharaoh. Get off of yourself. You ain't that popular.
Oh, no, I don't have follower only chat. I turned it off.
And Toto Rico is saying you do.
I thought I've tried to turn it off like 3 times. Sorry. Toto, welcome.
Maybe.
It's a pleasure
Maybe.
and an honor. And thank you for the follow.
Oh, it's Flight Simulator. Welcome.
Oh, it's Flight Simulator. How you doing, man? Long time no see.
I think he was in your chat the last time I was in your voice chat while you were streaming.
Yeah, he was
been a
there when I started my cross-country trip in the T10.
Yeah. I just haven't been around for a lot of your streams, and you haven't been streaming as
you
much
bitch.
lately.
Well, it's only been like the last couple weeks because, you know, my whole life
Yeah, you've had stuff
got
going on, yeah.
screwed.
Yep. I understand. I have not been motivated to stream myself. I really, now watching you fly this thing makes me want to fly the TBM.
Oh, getting pro tips. Thanks, Toto. Yeah, I can't believe you haven't flown this thing since you got your new computer, too. Figured that would have been one of the first planes that you jumped back in.
Well, I always meant to try it out with the, I think that there's a 2K texture as opposed to the 4K texture. I always meant to try it out with that to see if it would work on my old computer, but I never got around to it, and then I got my new one, and my new one could obviously handle this plane.
Yeah, your new one can handle pretty much anything, can it?
Yeah, I the only limitation is X-Plane's engine. Like, it...
All the way up to 8,000 ITT. See, I was like monitoring the NG. Or sorry, 800.
Swap at 8,000 on 3004, sir.
Oh, okay. My man. There we go.
Mosey 8,000, 5 Whiskey November.
Get a little extra something out of it.
There we go. That'll do, pig. That's good to know. This is what I get for never reading the documentation.
Is it bad of me that I really want to suggest my toggle idea?
Your what?
My toggle idea.
No, go ahead. You got the audience now.
I do got the audience for it.
You got a winner here.
Yeah, but you know, it's on the real plane, so you can't argue with the way that it's set up because it's the real plane is set up that way. But for simming, it's a pain in the butt.
Look at that little beauty. So Dingo challenged me to a race in the E1000.
Right. And ignore them. Ooh, wonderful. What are the two sides of that throttle quadrant called though? What's it called when it's on the right side versus the left? It's been a while since I've flown it.
Well, I guess your feather.
Yeah,
Go
so when you
flight
put it in
power
the
to
feather. Yeah. So when you flip it between those two sides, yeah, condition mode versus power mode. How about a toggle? How about a bindable toggle to switch between those two sides to make it easier when you're...
I think there is one in game. I think I have one set for alpha and
Is
beta.
there?
I don't know if that works though. I haven't tried it with this. Because I use that on the 350 and a few other ones that you got to get it into beta range for taxi.
So you can just switch between the two
Oh,
without
there you go.
it, like,
F5, F6.
so you don't have to manually drag it over there.
So you didn't even need to ignore your dumb suggestion. We solved
Well, no, you know, sometimes user error is a thing.
it. Pepcac.
Yep.
American 2565.
Then I'm gonna look to see if I can't bind that somewhere
American
because
2565, center to maintain credible 210.
210, American 25.
I do miss the 850. I like the 850's throttle quadrant. I don't know why. I just do.
Oh, also you get the steam gauges and stuff, yeah. Or are you talking about the Carenado one that has the G1000?
Yeah, I had the Carenado one that had the G1000, and the whole reason I stopped flying it was because of Carenado's G1000 sucks. Left and right side and moving between idle and cutoff.
It'd be cool to have like
Thank
an
you.
850 with like the steam gauges like Steve-O's. I'm surprised there's
Yeah.
one of those.
I'm surprised someone hasn't made one considering how popular Steve-O is.
Yeah.
Number 111, Mike Uniform, contact center 119er.
Damn, Utah, you looking good, girl.
We could get Ither on that.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
But then again,
got a new task for you.
but I don't know how good the 850 is, and has to have one of the last few non-upgraded ones. Yeah. Was that a prompt? Well, it's not the livery though. It's just getting all the instruments on the inside changed over to look like Steve-O's.
Yeah, the plane shipped with Steve-O's livery. For a while, I even had his tail number, or his registration, but it made me kind of feel like a stalker. I had to change it to my own. Can't do that. I guess if you had a choice in real life, given all the benefits of using the G1000, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I understand. It's like that guy in our Discord who was asking all about, you know, how to fly and...
McFaddy, yes, it is.
Looking for tutorials.
Morning, buddy. How you doing?
It's very much an ultralight plane.
Not when you got 6 passengers loaded in here.
It's got plenty of power in it. It doesn't feel sluggish, does it?
You talking about this?
Yeah.
Get real, dude. This thing's a rocket ship.
I was gonna say, I'm like, what are you on about?
Airspeed is 192 indicated. Mach speed is 0.5 in a prop. Get ready for a wee. I'm gonna do a flyby.
All right.
You gotta do it a little bit beforehand because there's a stream delay.
All right. Well, you gotta give me some warning.
I'll
here.
I'll give you a countdown.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. A little off. That's close enough though. That'll work.
Close enough. It's hard to do with stream delay.
Number moderate, 2 heads, station 11 o'clock, 10 miles, descent 3 miles from Avenue.
Yeah, we should be fine on our present course. Maybe deviate 10 degrees.
I think we got enough fuel. I started with a half a tank. Should be more than enough. I think the total flight distance is like 200 and something nautical miles. What was it? 260. Yeah, we're good. Plenty.
See, that could be 2 different references at one time. That could be a reference to Harrison Ford, or it could be a reference to Grau falling asleep and running out of fuel and crashing on a golf course.
Firewall boys. Oh, we're doing good. Look at our ground speed, 332 knots. That is freaking awesome.
10-11.
Fast little bugger.
Yeah.
American 2565, lower momentarily, maintain 280 knots following company traffic for about 7 miles.
Yep.
Going 7 out of flight level 200
Dude, I was falling asleep on his stream. Flying that tube liner.
Wait, he fell asleep? I thought you were just joking about that.
No, I was laying on my couch and I was ready to fall asleep. And in fact, after I dipped off the stream, I did fall asleep. So my headset was dying. I was on by my Bluetooth headset. And Deutsch has a very soothing voice, put it that way, calm, not a lot of energy.
It depends on what time of day he's streaming, doesn't it? If he's streaming at night, he tends to be a little bit more subdued.
Yeah, I think he's trying to be quiet so he doesn't wake his kid.
Yeah.
305, Dr. Rogers, direct, Takeoff, maintain flight level 240.
Or his dog, for that matter.
Or both.
Or both. Or more importantly, his wife.
Just wake up and tell him to get off the computer.
How much he's on the computer and how much is I wonder about his relationship sometimes. Like, he must have a really amazing wife.
Yeah, I was about to say, he definitely got to keep her, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, normally he's done by the time that I get to work, but he was still going for, I think I started class before he even finished his stream. So he had to have a late one.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if you were here at that part when I was talking about, that's what it was, David Clark headset. I just noticed that, because this is the first time that I've flown it in probably a couple months. I was like, what is all this mess down here? Got these fancy boys.
But seriously, that headset looks like a labor of love. Look at that thing. It looks so good.
Well, the whole thing is, so kudos, Toto.
Yeah.
Let's see how many hours I got in this thing. 46.2.
American 2565, just going to maintain 16,000, Palm Beach, Alpha, 004.
16,000, American 2565.
These are surprisingly cheap in FS Economy too. Well, I guess they're aliased as the TBM 850 on there. So I think these are $4 million in real life, or somewhere thereabouts.
Yeah, they ain't cheap.
Nope. Don't care. Got a TBM.
I just got my tax return yesterday.
So you basically already spent it though, didn't you?
It's gonna all get put down on my on the guitar I'm paying off.
30,000 a year.
Yeesh.
I'll just imagine if you had a plane with 2 engines.
Well, if you've got the money.
Feelings 197 Center, redirect Takeoff. An apology destruction maintains flight level 2.
Flying isn't cheap, but you know, I am fortunate, I guess, to be an American in that sense, because it is a little bit cheaper there to do it compared to places like England. No offense, Finn.
Well, you're not in America right now.
Yet. Coming in hot. Repatriated.
Any word? Are they? Any word? Were you able to open a police report, by the way? You get all that?
No, man. The bank was super unhelpful. They basically can't tell me anything, and I don't know.
Because it doesn't sound like you'll get your money back unless you open.
No, the money is safe, supposedly. Essentially, you know, someone went in with a check and tried to cash it from my bank account, and for whatever reason, they automatically flagged it as fraud, and it locked the account. So my checkings and savings account are just locked. So supposedly all that money is still in there, but I have to be back in the States to sort it out in person. So I locked all my credit cards, and I've been monitoring my credit to make sure no one's taking out a mortgage or anything in my name. But
so okay, so it's a pain in the butt, but it's not, you know, you're not out your money.
Yeah, well, hopefully. Even if I did, I mean, it would be a big hit, but I don't, my primary account is in Korea. the pain in the butt is going to be getting all my money home. So my mom will have to open a checking account or something in my name at a different bank, presuming I'm done with that bank. And then I'll have to wire the money in there and then get it changed to my name when I get back. It's just a lot of pain in the ass.
So all that money you'd saved up to pursue your dream is safe. That's what I was concerned about.
Yeah, I mean, a majority of my money is here in Korea, so that's fine.
01, turn at this road degree, 10 degrees right, vector traffic.
Alright, 10 degrees right. Vector, Spirit 821.
I did get some good screenshots though. It was like it showed, I think I posted one on the Discord where it showed my bank account. Both the balances were like minus $800,000 and that said low balance warning or something. Understatement. I am in the land of kimchi. I just had some too. Surprisingly, a few Korean flight simmers. I guess a couple guys, they had Korean names. They stopped by and kind of pidgin English asked what plane I was flying. Never met one in real life though.
They could have done Korean to you, right? You would have understood.
Yeah. I think
Like
one of them
written
popped up
Korean.
a long time ago, and I read his name in Korean, but he never said anything.
Richard Train is here.
Hey Richard, how you doing? Bienvenidos.
Vector 115, center Honda 19, ball 330.
330 now, exit 115.
Bienvenido, Richard. Nice. With wings and all.
Oh really? I like that. I like, I guess, I don't probably know Captain Canada. He's got a t-shirt that he sells that looks like a pilot uniform.
Does it have a printed on tie as well?
Yeah, it's like one of those printed tuxedo shirts, but it's a pilot uniform.
Nice. And is it like a really cheap one where it just cuts off at the top of the shoulder and so
Yes,
the back
yeah,
is
yeah,
just a
yeah,
plain
yeah.
shirt? Oh, that's amazing.
Richard, that counts? Yeah, definitely. I guess this is what I'm doing in light of not having the F-14 module for DCS. Just flying an old VF-84 livery on the TBM.
Why you don't just have that baffles me.
I can't buy anything now. My credit card's locked.
You can only buy with your American credit cards?
Yeah, I don't have a Korean credit card. I've got like a checking card, and it's a pain in the ass to purchase things online from American stuff.
So you are wholly and completely locked out of buying stuff for X-Plane right now.
Yeah. Sucks.
That sucks.
Although, you know,
That-
I was saying this to somebody else though, if there's a silver lining at all, it's that it's going to curb my spending.
On
It's helping me save
X-Plane?
money. Yeah, I mean, because come on, man. We all open that wallet when we shouldn't, you know?
Uh-huh. You guys talk me into friggin' Active Sky XP.
Speaking of which, do you get the 350 yet?
Shut up! No! I don't have the 350 yet. And all you guys do is make it hurt even more that I don't have it. Because I love that plane. Who doesn't love a King Air? There was a developer that did a 200 on FSX that had like an overpowered engine. I don't think it was Coronado that did it. I bought that just before I switched over to X-Plane.
What would be cool is if you could do shared cockpit if you didn't have a plane. Like you could hop in and help someone co-pilot someone else's plane. And it would be a really hard thing to do, I guess, but... Oh, it's up there.
Well, that's a useful little tip.
Let me look at my approach plane. I have no idea what altitude I'm supposed to even be at. That is a good tip.
We turn back, we can do present heading such as 661.
RNAV GPS runway 1. And dead key needs to be at 8,200. How far away am I? I have no idea what I'm doing.
American 1558 to flight level 200 for 16,000.
American 1558, Center Roger, Bombing Customer 004.
004, American.
Richard's calling you out.
What? No, we're cruising. My guy's under control. This is FS economy too, so you know I'm basically just gonna get in there and do like an inverted loop into a combat landing.
You're just gonna dirty it in.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. My man.
Richard,
Thanks, Ted.
I've
That's
seen
awesome.
you.
Look at that.
I've seen your flying. What?
So when you put in a height for the approach here at dead key or whatever, it's giving you a descent profile based on the altitude that I put in for that waypoint. That's awesome. So now I can just use VNav, right, to descend. Okay. Oh yeah, I got you right down here. Time to top of descent. Man, that is awesome. Where were you at all the other times I was flying this thing before? Holy moly. Life just got a lot easier.
You know, it's probably in the manual, Farrell.
The what?
It's probably in the manual.
I'm sorry, you know I don't look at those.
Exactly.
It's got a checklist, man.
Traffic. 1 o'clock.
Oh man, McFaddy's trying to cost you some money.
Well, we already discussed how I can't purchase anything now.
You can, it just would be more of a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
And I think that if something came along that you really wanted, I think you'd find a way.
I could probably go get a Korean credit card, but at the point, if I'm leaving here in a few months, what's the point, you know?
Yeah.
Also, I was lucky because I pay all my credit cards off, I mean, just habitually as soon as I can. So all of them had a zero balance, and I don't have any yearly fees on any of those cards. So fortunately, I'm not like accruing any sort of penalties.
For not using them?
Yeah.
290 or greater for 317 Mike Lima.
Yeah, I wish I didn't have debt right now. That'd be nice.
Richard, 6:43 in the morning. Are you going to work today? What's up? What's everybody doing? It's Friday night here for me.
414 Delta Hotel,
Friday morning.
290 for space, 4 Delta Hotel.
TGIF that it's Friday morning too. Although today's gonna suck.
Descend and maintain 16,000, Freeport altimeter 3002.
Self-employed. Nice.
Today I get to drag a cable through the ceiling. Not excited about doing that.
I'm excited for you.
Someone's got it. It ain't me. I was so pissed yesterday when I got on site. Between the time of me taking everything out and me coming back there to put everything back in after the remodel was finished, someone had rewrapped my LAN cables and they put hard kinks in them.
Ooh.
You can't hard kink a LAN cable.
Well, apparently you can.
Oh, I got lucky that none of them ended up unusable.
Give someone an earful.
Oh, I would have been. And not to mention where they were hard kinked. If there was not a lot of slack up in the ceiling, which I didn't have a chance to check, you know, ahead of time to see if there was, it would have made me had to rerun the cables because there wouldn't have been enough length for me to play with.
How pissed would you have been?
Vertical track.
Oh.
Alright. That's a nice little warning. Get on VNav. If you do the ones can still pass through the cable, but the zeros get stuck in the cable. Fair? Can't argue with the logic.
2104, don't know.
Oh, yeah, that probably have to happen.
Yep.
That's just 661. Would like to request direct to Holly this time.
Is that just 661 approved? Request to
Fly for
stand.
John Fly and Captain K-Man. I wish we got paid for FSE in real life.
Is that just 661 maintain 250 knots?
Maintain 2000 knots, that's just 661.
Oh, we're going down.
How does that work?
317 Mike Lima,
What?
can you maintain 2,000 feet per minute
How would
in
that
your
work
phone?
to get paid to fly FSC?
Not at 200 knots.
No, I mean if it was just if you were actually making real dollars instead of
317 Mike
you
Lima,
know, fake
normal
internet
speed
monies.
and 2,000
Yeah.
feet per minute for higher and your flight please for flight level 220.
Normal speed, we'll give you 2,000 or greater.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I
Your
see that.
climb is
That's nice.
30317 Mike Lima.
All these features that I had no idea about.
Yeah, because you don't look at the manual.
I'm sorry, the what?
Exactly.
Keep the
Any
power
chance
high.
I get-
All right.
Any chance I get for you not reading the manual to zing you on it, I'm gonna take it.
58 moderate to station 11 o'clock, 15 miles, 5 miles in diameter.
Copy, American 1558, you're on a TJ slightly riser that low.
I'll say, what's our ground speed now? 326, 327, climbing. I expected this to be a lot longer flight. It's been a long time since I've flown a plane that was this fast.
It's a good thing. Just gets there quick.
It is gonna be a short stream.
Well, nobody really wanted to watch you for a long time anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
American 1558, contact approach 124.85.
2485, American.
See, the benefit of everyone flying tube liners is that if you fly GA, you're kind of a, you know, kind of the lone wolf. You get to take the top dog spot because you're the only one doing something different.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
Most of the time, there's like one or two guys that are flying like a Cessna 172 around or something like that.
And then you get the guys that show up in your stream that are also into GA.
Uh-huh.
Flight sim does suck. I'm having a terrible time right now.
It sucks on your wallet, is what it really does.
Yeah.
Level 320, good Lieutenant.
Well,
Like
now
when-
I've solved that problem, guys. If you wanna rectify the situation, what you gotta do is have someone try to steal your identity, and then have your bank lock all your accounts for you. Problem
Yeah,
solved.
Buzzard, American
That's a great idea. I love it too. I just don't like the money that it costs. Like this 350 coming out right now could not have come out at the worst time.
Yeah, I guess for you personally.
Yeah, like this is a really bad time for really good planes to come out. Meh liners.
Yeah. I just personally don't understand the appeal of watching someone just in cruise for 2 hours.
Well, and it's like all these guys that are streaming these tube liners, they're not talking.
A lot of them don't.
They're just like, yeah, they're just like sitting there. It's a static view of their cockpit. It's the most boring thing in the world. It's like 3 hours of flight, and they wonder why they don't have any viewers.
Also, look at this sexy thing. Get real, losers.
Yes, that's exactly it, Richard. Exactly it. Personality.
Yeah, so the guys that are trying to do it, like Toto was saying, to compete with Matt and Chewy, like they actually have personality, and their channels grew on their personality, not the airplanes, I guess. In fact, Matt's been flying more GA now because he's actually getting his real pilot's license.
Or the worst is if you're trying to stream flight sim while Cat Streamer is streaming, you're just done. If Cat's streaming, you're done. You ain't gonna compete.
Yeah, I've done inadvertently a few. Well, he's gone live after I have. Bye-bye,
Yeah.
everyone. See ya.
Nothing against Cat. It's just he just has such
like
a
Cat.
wide audience, and for
Too.
good reason. But you just can't compete with him. You're just done. Don't even try.
Executive 37700, climb maintain 193.
Yeah, totally, exactly.
Heading 010, that's a straight line.
Okay, 13000, left turn 010, jet 37.
Yeah. That or you could be, what's his face? Aero Flight Simmer, where he just, like, literally all his streams are just like a 3-hour tirade on one thing or another, and he barely flies anymore because he gets so caught up in talking to his stream chat, and that's why he has so many people viewing him, because he talks.
Sneaking
He loves to
plutonium.
talk.
Maybe it is.
Yes. Yep. I love his streams. His rants are epic. He's a really nice guy, and he talks to everyone.
1000.
5 left at 11,000, dynamic podcast.
Wait, what happened? Oh, I think I missed a joke here.
But I've seen him, like, he goes to do a startup procedure, and he's going to do a flight. 3 hours later, he's done, like, 1 or 2 things on the checklist. Just on and on and on, because he just keeps going. It's great.
I guess give me the right soapbox. I mean, you've heard some of my rants before.
Yeah, I'm not going to trip your trigger on that. We got sensitive ears in this chat room.
Track standing point, JetBlue 1667.
Gotcha. I can see the overspeed tape now creeping in.
It's probably a good thing that I wasn't streaming while I had FSX, because I probably would have blasted Coronado.
49, 11,000, climbing 14,000.
Why? And McFaddy, exactly. Yeah.
Welcome back,
Level
Dingo.
340, JetBlue 49.
Oi, Dingo.
Because I just was having I was loving on their 850 that they had. I had it for FSX. And the more I got used to it, the more it started to annoy me, and their G1000 started to annoy me. Like, I just kept finding bug after bug after bug, and thing that it would not do that you think it should be able to do, because it's just a basic feature.
Someone told me that their G1000 tanks frames too. I don't remember who was saying that.
I would not be surprised by that.
Oh, when you get altimeter, we way past that point.
But even so, comparatively speaking, coming over to X-Plane's default G1000 is better.
3375.
That says something.
I think I've only messed around with the default once.
There are a lot of planes that use it. I mean, to someone who flies a real G1000, it's never going to be enough. But these developers don't have that kind of time to put in every single feature that's in a real G1000. And for flight simming, a lot of it isn't needed. I wouldn't say most, but a lot of it isn't.
Wait, so what's going on with Chewie? What did I miss? I don't know.
The guy who plays Chewie died, yeah. Yeah, I read that a couple hours ago.
Oh, Chewbacca.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
How do you not know Chewie refers to Chewbacca?
I did. But we were talking about flight simming, so I assumed that you were talking about the flight simmer Chewie. I forgot that Peter Mayhew died. Is that name right?
I'm gonna drop a bomb. No one cares about Star Wars anymore.
Excuse me?
The next Star Wars movie, nobody cares.
Well, this is the Call of Duty-fication of you know, what happened when Disney got the franchise, isn't it? You knew this was going to happen.
No, we didn't know it was going to happen. They
100%.
started out.
I mean, it's going to be the same thing that they're doing with Marvel. It's like you're turning out a new one you're just milking it for every penny that it's worth, because that's of course what they're going to do, profit.
Well, there is a profit motive there, but there's a lot of love for the Marvel movies that does not exist for the Disney versions of Star Wars. Because they're trying to treat Star Wars like a Marvel movie. They were trying to follow that model, and it's Star Wars. It's a completely different thing. You can't treat it that way. And I am not of the crowd that The Last Jedi was awful. It just missed a very, very important scene. If they had put in one scene, the movie would have been better.
I think I saw the first 2 under the Disney franchise, and I stopped. I think I watched
first.
What were the first 2?
Are you talking about the Last Jedi and the 2 main Star Wars ones? Or are you talking about the weird ones that they've done in between?
Husky Boy 83, thanks for following. No, I mean right when Disney bought the franchise, there was the one with Han's son.
The Force Awakens.
That
yeah,
one, and then the one after that was what?
The Last Jedi.
I didn't see that one.
You didn't see that one? Okay, yeah. That's the one that everyone really jumped ship on. That. Plus,
Husky, I stream pretty much like I think 5 days a week. My schedule's down below. I try to keep it pretty close to that.
You haven't been keeping it lately, you slacker.
I had reasons, you bitch.
Runway 77 under Victor Foxtrot, contact Boston 133.75.
Language?
Jesus.
Jesus.
And also, I mean, you know, part of the reason that the initial franchise was so successful is because it deals with these huge archetypal, like, things that exist in great literature and great art across the world, right? And just having a movie that's coming out every year and turning it into a spectacle versus something that's kind of literary is, I think, what's making or driving people away. And the people that are still there are kind of cult fans, you know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing is that, you know, these are movies that a lot of people that are going to see them saw these movies and grew up with them, the originals, and so they have a very, very the level of hype and expectation for them is so high that it really doesn't matter what they would do. They were gonna encounter flack.
Yeah.
Gonna have a hard time with
Gonna have a bad time, good.
it. Yeah, I mean, because otherwise you're just doing tropey fan service. You know, you're just giving the fans what they wanted to see. Or you're just making stupid mistakes like making a Han Solo movie that does not star Harrison. Like, who in the board of directors said that was a good idea? Yeah, let's do that. That's what people wanted to see.
Yeah.
knots to greater. 300 knots to greater, Southwest 55640.
Where are we flying to? I don't know, man. Kilo, November, Bravo. Somewhere in Utah. Kanab Municipal. It's one of those random airports that you get on FS Economy.
Yeah. Yeah, Toto. Exactly right. And Richard, it's nothing against that. That's just where you're at. I mean, that's just where that generation is at. I understand it. Like, if they tried to remake the movies of my childhood and try to continue on after them, I would have problems. I mean, I would be right there. I can understand that feeling, but there's the hype versus what's actually possible. And, you know, the actors that played these characters are getting old, they're dying, so they have to kill the characters off, and that's gonna cause conflict.
Oh, no, McFaddy, don't. Is that real? Right when you said it. Holy moly. Oh, Deutsche boy. Bienvenidos, baby. What are you up to?
Top of 237, you wouldn't get. Top 237, leaving 10,000, powder, call 14,000. Top 237, launch 5.230. 5.20, top 237.
Flying your livery, Dutch baby.
Dutch baby.
I had a friend who used to call everybody little baby Dutch boy. I'm gonna start calling Deutsch that. Little baby Dutch. I don't even want to click on that.
I'll click on it for you.
Also ban McFaddy.
Ban him? Alright.
Don't do it.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm on it.
Who was it that banned it? Was it Deutsch that banned it before?
Oh, I guess he doesn't exist.
He left so you couldn't ban him. You can't ban me, I quit.
No, I actually mistyped his number at the end.
Track.
Yeah, oh, there we go. Good timing.
It's in the manual.
Start getting her slowed down.
Yeah, what are you doing there, McFaddy? How are you talking? You're banned. Hacker.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Bushwick 5473, cross Debo, 15,000, altimeter 3018. 3018, altimeter cross Debo, 1.
So let me get this straight.
That's right.
You can read it. You can read a Twitch chat
buddy.
telling you how to do something, but you can't read a manual that tells you how to do something.
No, I just do what Toto tells me to do.
Frontier 100, cross
Okay.
Debo, 15,000, altimeter
What's the difference?
3018. Cross Debo, 15,000.
Working now. No big deal.
You're still reading. English majors.
Where are we going, bud?
I know, I fell asleep.
Yeah, was it 3 hours?
36 Fox, Center Roger.
I don't know why you went for such a long haul flight.
And I don't think you're gonna get up that high.
That's a recipe
Would you like
for
to do the final?
boredom.
Usually this route you go for like 17 or 19. Yeah, I was thinking 19 was our final. We'll
Ugh.
3 hours and 20 minutes. That's a melon stream right there.
190 when you're level 300.
Yeah, but I do like 8 flights and 16 crashes and 3 different airplanes.
If it doesn't get back on the nav profile here, I'll just take it by hand. We got her.
I love you, Deutsch.
I don't.
He doesn't,
I did.
but I do.
You lost me with that 3 hour stream, dude.
Breakdown 45.
It looks like it's behaving now.
Level 200. Descent flight level 200. Breakdown 45, 42.
FAF altitude is 6,200.
Yeah, don't forget to get your fix in. Get it? See what I did there? I
Nope.
can't be the first one to have made that joke.
I don't. What is the approach speed here? I don't remember anymore. It's been a while. Oh yeah, we got it.
128.2. Have a good one.
Excuse me, you're banned. You can't leave my stream. You're kicked.
Isn't it on a placard, the approach speed?
Oh yeah, maybe. Probably right down here, eh? Let's
Might be.
see.
Very well might be.
178 for landing gear.
I think that might just all be limits.
Yeah, well, let's see. Well, I'll feel it out. It'll be fine.
Just don't stall it.
Would never.
Landing gear.
Center. Good morning. Nothing more.
We only bully you because we love you.
Caravan 9 Tango, contact and approach 125.05. See ya.
So,
Mayday, mayday, mayday. We lost the main engine. We're going down.
Vertical track.
Saki173, thanks for following. See, he was chatting on follower only mode. Where's this runway at? Hello? There it is. And we're descending.
It's one of those planes that can go down and slow down.
Kilo Oscar Vector's taking position 3-2 and holding for traffic.
Whoops.
Every time I see this plane, it just brings me back to one of the first planes I bought flew was
Vertical track.
This one?
TBM.
Right down with 3.
No, the 850 for FSX. So it's just like I feel at home on a TBM.
Also, it's sexy as hell.
They are. They're a very good looking plane.
Also, if you haven't noticed, I do things like Grandpa. I like to get it set up nice and far away.
Yeah, people want to know why you have nice landings. It's because you set up for like a 40-mile final.
Yeah.
Over the ground pitch, 2,000.
Gotta be real safe.
Yeah, yeah. When you spend that long on final, there's no excuse for not having a good landing.
If you lost hydraulics, it wouldn't be a big deal. You do no flaps landing and just dump your gear with the emergency flap extension, which is down below this panel, I think. Or I mean, the emergency gear extension.
Lost
We'd be okay.
all hydraulics?
Yeah.
Could you even use the control surfaces?
Yeah, there has to be some sort of standby system, right?
I don't know. We have the guy who might have the answer.
Someone induce a failure.
Well, this entire stream is a
right
failure.
base 32.
Excuse me.
But you didn't hear it from me.
Well, we
It's okay, I'll
we
show.
made it roughly to the airport. We're not on the ground yet, but I mean, in sight.
I'll just go right ahead and show myself.
3-2 straight out, followed by a left turn out to the west.
Oh yeah, there you go. Indirect muscle power all the time anyway.
Oh, all right then.
Thanks, Toto.
Traffic, uniform Golf Zulu, running up 3-2.
I'm gonna disconnect the autopilot anyway. See ya.
Slide in.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Traffic, Papa Kilo Kilo, turning final 3-2.
Are the alarms still stupidly loud on this plane? I got your stream on mute.
No, they're good.
They're
You know what plane has really stupidly loud alarms is the 690 Turbo Commander.
Oh yeah.
Holy
Oh, yeah?
makes your eardrums bleed.
Well, they are meant to get your attention.
That definitely succeeds at that.
Although, to have them so loud in a simulator seems kind of silly. Given that your life does not depend.
It sucks for
on you
stream
hearing the
because you
alarm.
get you get all your volumes set appropriately, and all of a
Yes.
sudden you got like one just blasting in your ear.
Planning to join mid-right 3-2. We have traffic in front of us.
I will say that the Cessna 172 has successfully made the most annoying alarm sound.
In the default 172?
The stall horn.
Have to give that a go later.
Traffic, uniform Golf Zulu, on the roll 3-2, with departure westbound.
Like I was watching Bill Ferrelli's stream, and
Traffic, Echo Victor, Sierra,
you know he's
right down
doing his
3-2, we got traffic over
practice because he's pursuing his PPL and all that good stuff, and he's tripping the stall horn quite a bit on landing, and that horn is so annoying. Which it's meant to get your attention, so it works.
Mission accomplished.
Later, Deutsch.
What? Where
All right,
you just got
connect
here?
in between you two guys, be number 2.
You're
He's
banned.
already leaving.
Yeah, why not? All right, thank you.
I'll ban him. You
See
gotta
ya.
unmod him first. See ya!
Traffic, Victor,
I wonder,
Kilo,
if you
turning
ban
final
someone, does it
3-2,
kill their
second go.
subscribership too? Do you give up the money as well?
No, I think it just bans them from the chat.
It'd be funny if it did that, because you had one angry
Traffic,
moderator,
Bravo
they could
X-ray,
really fuck up your
joining
income stream.
mid-right 3-2, number 2.
Yeah, no, I think you'd be alright.
You got that thing down on the ground yet? Jeez, what have you been doing up there?
I told you, I like to grandpa it, dude.
Jesus Christ. Sheezers. Father Time here. Come on, get it down already.
Don't tell me what to do. Oh boy, coming in hot.
Oh yeah. And let's see. Ooh, not bad.
It's been a while.
Was there a little wind there at all?
Was that wind was calm, but it definitely felt like I was moving around a little bit.
Hey, yeah, it looked like it.
Am I gonna make it? Yeah, we'll take that one. See ya.
You have rudder pedals, right?
Yeah.
Traffic Bravo, Charlie, Quebec. Second final, 32 full stop.
Every flight of mine looks like it's windier than shit because I find myself accidentally twist ruddering because I don't have rudder pedals.
Traffic, Uniform Golf 2 is departing.
Yeah, you've gotten a lot better at that though, haven't you?
Yeah, but it's still bad. It's not easy not accidentally twisting it. I need rudder pedals. I'm pretty sure I could get away with buying like $100 set of rudder pedals, but I don't know if I'd like them.
Well, anything would be an improvement over twist rudder.
Over a twist rudder, exactly. That's kind of where I'm at. Because then I could just turn that axis off.
I'm not parking this thing.
Do an
Hello?
emergency landing.
Traffic, Charlie Bravo X-ray, turning final number 2.
Every landing of Farrell's is an emergency.
See, I don't really mess around with that stuff with this airplane because it does save states.
So what?
I don't know, it just makes me feel like when you get back in it next time, it's going to be all screwed up.
Well, yeah, you got to repair it.
Park it next to my Beechcraft boy. Oh, boys.
I was in I think it was in Grow's stream that we were talking about integrating the various prices, the maintenance into FSE, and how annoyed pilots would get at the at the GPU costing money.
I like that. It's kind of like the rep pack economy system. You can see how much you're spending constantly. It's kind of an interesting thing to do.
Yeah, it is. It's very interesting. But imagine if it was integrated with FSE. You accidentally left the GPU on and ate up all your profit.
That's fine. UMA's paying for it. Oh, there you go. Failure is entered. Do not affect maintenance state.
Oh, see? I think that you need to listen to Saki now. Just saying.
Let's
The people demand it.
remember
The
how
people
to do
demand a
this.
barrel roll.
Traffic Bravo, Charlie, Quebec. Clear.
I
Hello?
told Deutsch to barrel roll his 737, but he wouldn't do it. What a twat.
Hello?
Hello?
What's going on with
It's
the
not-
FS economy? Parking brake is set.
Parking brake has to be set for a few seconds before it will kick over, or you might be in the downtime.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Maybe it is downtime.
Yeah.
Well, plenty
you'll
of
be
time
able
to
fi-
shut this down, eh?
Yep. Need to shut down engines.
Oh, okay. There you go.
You know, I would venture to say that this stream would have been an absolute disaster if Toto didn't show up.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know who made it here.
If you wouldn't have,
I have
been
no-
able to do it.
I had no idea what I was doing. Thanks,
Isn't that
Toto.
unusual?
I mean, it's been such a long time. Normally, I'm pretty decent, right? It's been a while since I've flown this thing, so it is a good thing he showed up.
Yeah, pretty decent on your 40-mile finals. It was a good landing.
We'll watch a replay here in a second.
It really seemed like you were coming in way too fast, but it's just a fast plane.
Oh, she's faster now, isn't she?
Yeah. But then again,
Oh, boy.
the most recent planes I've flew have been small, little. That Eurofox, which is slower than snot.
Now let's see if we got it. X economy. Yeah, there it goes. See ya. Let's watch the replay. Never activate the replay before you've finished your mission. Learn that the hard way after a 300 nautical mile trip. Whoops.
Yeah, and if you're running into weird stuff in flight and you're trying to see if something's wrong with your plane or something like that, don't hit repair all either. Because it refuels the plane and cancels your mission. Learn that one the hard way.
Such a cool livery.
In the Navy.
In the Navy.
Is that a real livery, or is that something that someone made?
It's something that
like
someone made. It's obviously like the VF-84 Tomcat guys.
Yeah. I just was wondering if the military used TBM for any reason.
I don't think so. Be kind of expensive for the military, wouldn't it?
This is America. Have you seen how much we spend on our military?
America. That's true, but most planes are pretty utilitarian.
French military do. What does the French do with it?
Do you like running in fear when nightmare creatures chase you? No, I don't run, bitch. Stand and fight.
It's coming right for us.
VIP transport, yeah. If anything. But definitely wouldn't have this livery, would it?
SCP? Secure Copy Protocol?
I used to know that. It's like a Reddit subreddit for something. Beep.
I know it from Linux. I think it stands for Secure Copy Protocol. That's a really good landing. Oh, look at that nose. Picking it back up.
Yeah, I was holding the stick. Didn't realize it until the nose started coming back up. Whoops. Hey, first time flying it in like a couple months. Give me a break. Let's do one more. This is my favorite view. Nope, not that one. This is the one. You mean a nerd?
Bam. Yep. I'm one of them. Except I do use Windows for gaming and streaming, but I have Linux machines out the wazoo. Lots of Raspberry Pis.
This plane, I don't like the look of the PC-12 because it looks like a fatter, uglier version of this. Like, why just get the TBM?
It's mainly because I could use it for a streaming machine, most probably, but there are a lot of developers don't develop things for Linux.
Saki, no, I don't have a MiG. I'm just a civil aviation guy. I got DCS to buy the F-14 module because it's one of my favorite planes in the world, but I ran out of hard drive space, so deleted it and canceled my order, and then I sorted out an external hard drive situation, but then my bank situation changed, and it's a nightmare. So here we are, flying a TBM with an F-14 livery. Best I can do.
And the whole reason I like Linux is if it does something I don't want it to do, I can tell it to stop, and it will actually stop permanently. Unlike Windows, you tell it to stop doing something, 5 minutes later it reboots itself up. Or you get an update and it resets everything on you. Like Windows Cortana. No. Just no.
I hate that those things are now part and parcel of pretty much any operating system, consumer operating system. Those little voice assist, I hate those.
And notifications. Why does everything have to have a notification?
I have a fighter plane, but it is a World War II fighter plane. It does shoot, but unfortunately there's no damage or hit registration. Melon and I have dogfought in P-51s before.
Yeah, Toto, if you really want to, annoy people, you can just develop a plane that has push notifications. It's like anytime I download an app, first thing I do is turn off notifications. Goodbye. See ya. What are you doing over there? Just staring at your engine?
Yeah, I'm just admiring, waiting for it to shut down, and then I'll end the stream. Just admiring this little beauty.
Admiring the plane. That is kind of the great thing about having all this stuff out there is, as far as liveries and all that, people can make their own. That's the great thing about open source to a certain degree, that people can just take it and run with it.
I think that's the thing that has been the most pleasant about the flight sim community. Is that, particularly what's going on with our Discord. It's just so many people there helping out and being positive and sharing and stuff. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just that helps. It goes a long way.
Yeah. If you crash,
like all
what
those,
happen? You get like a warning screen that says you've crashed. Do you want to continue flight or start again? Guys, I'm going to leave it there. Toto, pleasure having you here. Thank you for helping me get to the airport. Wouldn't have made it without you. Saki, thanks for the follow. Husky Boy, BW Flight Simulations, Toto. Melon, thanks for hanging out. Who else? Deutsch, you gone, you bitch. McFaddy, have fun at work. Richard, good to see ya. Finn, always a pleasure, you little beauty. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out. It was fun. We will see ya.
See ya.
See ya.
Bitch, do it.